Hey y'all, we're back, and this time we're doing a different type of episode. So, our last episode we finished up talking about Before I Let Go, and we told you we were going to do it like we were going to record us making the limoncello, Byrd's limoncello pound cake in the back of this book that
Hold up.
Sweet Kitty Ryan gave us. And this time, we're going to be talking about This Could Be Us. So we're going to be talking about This Could Be Us while we're making Byrd's limoncello pound cake from Before I Let Go. So
I think we got all our
I
ingredients,
think so. We hope so.
but we're gonna talk about this month.
Yes. So
Okay, so where do we start? Okay, we have all our ingredients, and should we go ahead and preheat the oven?
yeah. What is it? 350.
350.
I feel like anytime you make anything, it's gonna be 350. Or cooking it. Well, not always, but
Like, I'm even now forgetting because I grew up with Celsius. Now I'm forgetting what everything was then, because in America it's like 350, 350, 350, or 375.
yeah.
Okay, so first things first is, do we want to spray our pans now or wait till later?
I say wait till later.
Okay, so in a bowl, mix the flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt.
Okay.
And we need, how much of flour? We need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. And baking powder, we need half a teaspoon. No, that's baking powder. Where are you? We need a teaspoon of baking powder, and then we need half a teaspoon of baking soda. Oh, we have them already here. Okay, so if you have never read This Could Be Us, a little synopsis. Even though the Skyland series are standalone, but they are a series, you can read them standalone. We meet Soledad in this book, Before I Let Go, and then This Could Be Us is her story. Soledad is she Puerto Rican? Puerto Rican, yeah. Half Puerto Rican, half American. Her dad was white.
Okay.
Her mom was Afro. Latina. And anyway, we meet Soledad. She has 3 beautiful girls. She's married to Satan's toenail. Edward. Edward, yeah, she's married to Edward, but she loves like taking care of our girls, being a homemaker, and she's great at it. Like amazing at it, amazing cook, all the things. But when we first met obviously and Before I Let Go, but when we meet her, she's still like her marriage is just strained. When we met her Before I Let Go, she told her girls like she thought her husband was cheating on her because she kept on mentioning his secretary in his sleep. And
her was trying to play it off like, oh, like I'm just so stressed at work, and so you say blah blah blah. Like, dude.
But anyway, as it have it, like she meets who becomes the main male character of the book at the holiday party for her husband, and he's like the accountant extraordinaire executive at this company, and he's also a forensics. He's a forensics accountant, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's looking into her husband's account. So very soon, what happens is their house is raided by the FBI. Husband is arrested
in the middle of the night, just like
their accounts frozen. No food to feed her kids, and the person who broke this open, none other than Judah Cross. But that's where we find that like now she has to figure out a way to protect her kids because it's very evident that Edward is thinking about number one himself. And also, yes, he was having an affair with his secretary. Yeah, it's kind of where we start the book off. So, like, the rug ripped from under her, and on top of that, this man gave her chlamydia. That's what confirms, like, he's cheating.
Yeah.
Like, he was cheating, like, no, for sure. Her doctor calls her and says, ma'am, you have chlamydia. And, yeah.
Pick up the prescription.
Oh, and he's also trying to make her be an accomplice to his crimes.
Yeah, he's like asking her to like hide some stuff
and not cooperate with them. He's not thinking about his girls at all. He's thinking about himself, and he's like, it'll be fine. If we lose the house, you can go live with the mother. Who the mother doesn't even like appreciate, or she's racist.
She's
racist.
most definitely racist. Yeah, she does not like the fact that Edward has married this,
and
Afro-Latino
her
woman.
grandchildren are mixed race, because the only one she even like gives attention is Soledad's oldest daughter, because she has like
the most white characteristics.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So that's where we kind of start on from that book. But
I already forgot.
Commercial break. Back to baking.
I already forgot. So I did the 2 cups of flour. What else? What other dry ingredients?
A teaspoon of baking powder. And half a teaspoon of baking soda.
Did Kennedy give us directions?
Yeah, the directions. But I'm just getting the things. That's why I started with the bowl. She gave us directions. So in a bowl, mix the flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt.
Okay.
And how much salt we need?
You gotta give me all the dry ingredients again, besides the 2 cups of flour. I already got those. So
a teaspoon of baking powder.
Okay. Half a teaspoon. And here's a whole teaspoon.
That looks big.
It does look big. But it's like when you think about like an actual spoon, like it all spread out.
It's not as hollow, I guess. I mean, that's the difference. Okay, and then we're gonna do half a teaspoon of baking soda.
I'm gonna have flour all over me. Because I got it on the counter. Half a teaspoon.
When I was in the grocery store, they're trying to get the flour from the top. It like came all over me.
Oh, really? You can see a handsome cutie pie chocolate man reach up on the top shelf to help you get it down.
Girl.
Alright, so half a teaspoon of baking soda.
Baking soda and then a teaspoon of salt.
Okay.
It's a big teaspoon.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna do in a separate bowl or a stand mixer, beat the butter, sugar on medium speed. Okay, maybe I'll get the other bowl.
Okay.
Is it gonna be big enough though? So we can do that's tiny.
Well,
Do you think
let's just do the, I say do the bigger like, grain. Because like once we do that, we'll dump in all the other dry ingredients on top of it.
I don't know why it still has this residue. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do the butter. Wait, how much is half?
So a full stick of butter should be a half a cup of butter. So 2 sticks is a cup, and then we said we need a cup and a half.
It said we needed, yes,
Maybe something.
a cup and a half, yeah. Hold on. Okay, so we're gonna do the butter.
Butter, sugar.
Sugar until it's on medium speed until it's light and fluffy. Continue beating the butter while adding the eggs one at a time. So we're gonna do light and fluffy and then start adding the eggs. Okay, look. I'll put this in here. Okay, so while we get that together, right? Let's talk a little bit about Judah Cross.
Y'all,
My
Judah
favorite.
Cross is still like my favorite scrumdiddlyumptious chocolate goodness man, okay? I'm currently reading Can't Get Enough. And Judah is still
Scrumdiddlyumptious.
now Maverick, y'all.
I tell you, Maverick.
But
Maverick has taken the cake for me, but you're still reading.
I'm still reading, yeah.
So we meet Judah Cross. Judah Cross, like this is the best co-parenting. Judah Cross and his wife.
No, hold on,
I mean ex-wife.
So before we get to the co-parenting, talk about like this
But
like, little
I just want.
chemistry they had at the holiday party.
Wait, before we get there, I wanted to introduce Judah Cross
Okay,
because you know the prologue starts with him, right?
Story.
Yeah. So we meet Judah Cross. Judah Cross is I don't know how many years has he been divorced, but he's like pretty much like best friends with his ex-wife. They shared 2 boys twins. they're autistic and they co-parent. The twins live with Judah full time, and then they are with the mom on the weekends. And the mom is like remarried. What's the husband's name? I can't remember his name, but he is like assimilated into the family unit well, and the boys love him, and the boys also like have their schedule. But is it Aaron who went to the party with him? I know you're looking at me like I don't remember names. Never mind.
I'm like, it's what, Aaron and Adam?
Wait, is it Adam?
I think Adam's too simple. Aaron and...
Yeah, Aaron and Adam. So
Okay.
I think it's Aaron who went to the party with him, right?
I think so.
Okay, so
Yeah.
he's at the party, and Soledad is like, they first meet because she's in the line for the food, and she's like, they're smack talking the food, I guess, right? The chicken was
the
dry.
food is trash.
The food is dry, and you know
It's
what
like
Soledad
a
can
whole,
cook.
a whole chef over here. A whole Susie
But
homemaker.
they have like a moment, he thinks she's attractive, but then lo and behold, the guy who hates him at work and the guy who can't stand at work is the husband. But later on,
How much sugar are you using?
wait, no, that is the girl. We need our memory straight. Like, what's happening here? A cup and a quarter.
Okay.
So they're in what happens at the party?
Okay, so at the party,
She's tired and she wants to take her shoes off, and she ends up like in a
like
study.
a study, like an office study situation, runs into
Aaron is like doing his Rubik's Cube, and he talks to her. And so when Judah comes looking for his son, who he brought to the party because he didn't want to leave him, like Aaron wanted to go with his dad, he's surprised that his son interacted with this stranger.
with the sugar, with the flour.
Oh. Interacted with this stranger, but let's like they're meeting, like there's just this fool. She thinks he's attractive. And
he's tall, chocolatey, scrumdiddlyumptious, delicious man.
she thinks he's attractive and all that stuff, but lo and behold, she's married to Edward. Anyway, so that's like their first meeting, and I think she thinks about it even after she leaves, but when the rug is put from under her, because Edward took the time all this time to talking bad about Judah. So his daughter, is it, who's the daughter of his daddy's little girl? Inez? Yeah, I think it's Inez who's like Laza daddy thinks Judah is the cause of all their problems. And then, anyway, the girls are reeling from this. She doesn't even have money because they've frozen all their accounts. She doesn't even have money to feed the kids. And who shows up at the house? Judah. He's like, because there's press and all the other things happening.
At one point, she like calls and tells him, like, "Look, you started all this mess. I can't even afford to feed my girls."
He called because he called and she was like, didn't know the number. She talked to him. It's like, you're the reason I can't afford to feed my girls or whatever. But he's like, I can help you if you let me. So he comes to the house. Like, she goes back to the shed, and I think she had the list of like groceries she had been writing earlier that day before she realized like she didn't have money. But he's kind of explaining to her like, hey, if you find anything, like protect your girls, give the information, like let him go down, kind of.
Yeah, like let me take a call for his
But she's
own
like,
mess.
and that's when she was like, you started all of this. I'm in this mess because of you. And when she like storms away or looks away or goes to go do something with the girls, he takes the sticky note with the list, and what shows up like a little while later on her doorstep is Instacart delivery of all the groceries.
And she's over there like,
And so
how
she's just,
sweet.
I think she's confused because she's like, what is going on? This guy is supposed to be the enemy, right? But that's kind of like starts their story, and then at this point she's still kind of like believing her husband because he's telling her, one second, that he's telling her all these things like, just call the lawyer, this is all BS, blah, 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 blah. And so I think it's the next day. Was it the same day when she gets a call from the doctor and the doctor tells her she has chlamydia and she knows for sure it's cheating and goes to see him at the jail?
Yeah.
And she is mad.
And she should be.
rightfully so.
Yeah.
That this man, like, yeah.
Not
and that's
only
when
has he like been embezzling money, and has literally had their house like flipped upside down from the inside out. But he's been cheating on her, and now she finds out she has freaking chlamydia.
Yeah, and that's when she like gets mad and takes a machete to his like he shed, and then finds the evidence she needs because she took that machete, her mom's machete, to the whole place and finds that thumb drive has been hiding, and now she's like, should I give this up? And I think it helps her be like, he's looking out for number one.
Let me look out for me.
Let me look out for my girls and make sure like they're okay. And so she goes to see Judah, and she's like, I have this evidence, but I'm not giving it up until I am assured that A, my accounts will be not frozen. Don't involve me and my girls in all of this. This is all him and all that stuff.
You know what? So last night, Mama and I watched Waiting to Exhale, and now that I'm thinking back on it, I remember reading the book and thinking, like, Soledad went full Bernadine.
She was just like,
showing everything else. Like, I wonder if I was thinking about this reading the book, and I don't think we've ever talked about this, but the scene of Soledad and Edward getting dressed for the Christmas party,
and he said some low down things
so
like, I want to jump in the book.
And so that scene itself reminded me of Waiting to Excel when
Bernadine
and John are like having this conversation, and he's been all like shady, trashy to her as they're getting ready. And so that scene literally put me in the same mind frame as like Waiting to Exhale. So I wonder if Kennedy Ryan kind of pulled like some inspo from Waiting to Exhale with Bernadine and John, Soledad and Edward. Because they both were trash. They were both retreating with their secretary. I mean, that's like not.
I mean, tell us all this time.
Yeah. And then she takes this beautiful machete to like all of his like prized possessions and his little his little shed, his little man cave situation. Mm-hmm. He's got like a jersey or something in there.
Celtic jersey or something and shit. And that's where the thing was. It's very unimaginative how you hate these things. No, not at all. But anyway, he goes to jail, but it's more like a slap on the wrist because they didn't find all the money. He's gonna come out in like a year or something. But he goes to jail and she's picking up the pieces. She had to sell the car to make sure the kids' school is paid for.
Because they're in like these extra bougie like private schools. They have.
I mean, they could afford it. She drove a Range Rover, I think. And then also Lottie has gymnastics, and gymnastics is not a cheap sport
at all. But like her girls are involved. Like they. Mm-hmm. She's a full soccer mom. Like, and he's involved in all of these different things. They need to be shuffled.
And after that, like things like Judah came to tell like it's all done because Yaz and him were there, and then we kind of do a little jump a little bit. Like after all that settles, we find her like she's just struggling to have everything done. Yaz like will drop off groceries unannounced, which is sweet. And I think Hen went behind her back and figured out how much Lottie's gymnastics was.
It was like paper gymnastics, yeah.
But then I think she was at Hen's house, and Yaz couldn't make it because she was doing something with Josiah. But remember, she was crying in the bathroom because like the mortgage was due, all these things were due.
Yeah.
And I think Hen could hear her, and then Hen just like wires her like, is it 10K or 15K?
Yeah.
And just like, this is so much. And then it's like, ma'am, you'd do the same for me if I had it. I'm just gonna buy shoes with this money. Yeah. But that's where we kind of find it. But anyway, I don't wanna like tell you the whole book. We can just discuss like things you liked about the book. But we first need to
mix this up really
quick.
Get it cute and fluffy.
We'll be back.
And chip it for eggs and not eggs. Oh, I gotta mix in the eggs.
Slowly. Now it's fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds British. Now that it's nice and fluffy, continue beating the butter with adding the eggs one at a time.
Okay.
One step at a time.
So that one in action.
Huh?
That one in action?
Did it work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except they got a small piece of egg. Crummy, what do you call that? Shell in there. We get some.
Oh, okay.
Teeny tiny baby piece.
While you're getting that out, what was I'm gonna ask you questions. What was your favorite thing about Judah Cross?
Oh, outside of him being completely from daily options?
Yes.
I think how
Look at the camera. that came in the full effect?
I think how attentive he was. Like, attentive, intentional, all the things. Like, if Soledad mentioned anything, he was, like, doing his research to, like, find out more about it. Like, he was a stalker in, like, the most beautiful way.
I was supposed to be
Like, he was creeping on her social media, and she's, like, building her brand and doing all this stuff. But not only is he, like, just, like, watching her, but he's also, like, oh, she's reading a book, he's reading it, too. If she's, like, trying a new restaurant, trying something else, like, he's trying it, too. Like,
that's okay.
but then also she mentioned something, he's, like, not to just be, like, patronizing, just, like, giving her whatever, like, she's, like, says, like, hey, I need this or whatever, but, like, the groceries, like, he consistently does that.
Even before, he gets the green light. I mean, before when you're ready, I want to be that somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Before even that, it's just like the focaccia.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, I forgot all about focaccia.
So like the whole thing, like he was in the barber shop when Josiah was like, hey, can I hang this for my wife's friend, whatever.
Yeah.
He ordered some. You know, just all the little simple things. And I think one of the themes of this book, like, that I like about the fact that Josiah, like, built a friendship, but also, like, a supportive friendship with her. One of the other things that I like is that, for the first time in a long time, like, this is a romance book, right? But it's a romance book that emphasizes so much friendship, right? Like, one of my favorite quotes from this, there aren't enough sonnets for friendship.
Yeah.
Like, one of my favorite.
So beautiful.
It emphasized friendship because her friend showed up for her, but not only that, it was her, like, working on herself.
Yeah.
And, like, learning to, like, rediscovering who she is, because, like, there were parts that Edward, like, ground down into making her not believe in herself and all the things that she could be. But she was working on herself and learning to, like, love herself fiercely and all these other things, and then also knowing that it does not detract from this journey she's on of self-love, letting this man in. And I think it's him who was like, why can't you be all these things and still be with him? Because she was like, I'm on this journey, I don't want a man, blah, blah, blah. And understandably so, because Edward took her through the ringer. But also realizing, like, you can be all these things and be your own person.
And still, like, and that, especially, like, knowing that that is something that you want, something that you desire, like, and of course, like, being married is, like, a beautiful thing. Like, you can still, like, enjoy yourself and spend time for yourself, but also, like, be open to letting someone else in. And he had really kind of, like, encouraged Soledad to kind of, like, relax a little bit. Not necessarily, like, relax, but, like, hey, it's okay, girl. You deserve all things. Yeah.
I'm trying to find, like, I think she was reading maybe her mother's journal. There's something her mom wrote in her journal about, like, I can sting like a hornet and still love something. Yeah, I'm trying to find that chapter. Anyway, next while I look for that, because I need that quote, because there's something I want to say. Commercial break from that. Okay, so she was like, when you hurt the way we women sometimes have to, when you lose so much, when the world ends over and over and over again, we are no longer butterflies. Those wings are much too fragile to carry us on and through. I am a hornet. I can love and I can sting. So she, like, closes her mom's journal and says, like, our mother, the librarian who preferred books over parties and game shows over just about everything else, saw herself as a hornet. Loved herself fiercely enough that if no one ever saw her, ever loved her fully, she would love herself enough to have some left over for everyone else. And it seems bold. That feels brave. A woman who knew and loved herself well enough to rely on no one, choosing to risk her heart with more than one, choosing to make room for love in all its varied forms. In a way, I think she was talking about contentment, and it gets to the core of what I've been wrestling with. Alone or lonely? Single or in a relationship? Can I love myself unconditionally, accept myself, creating a foundation, a model for how I want to love everyone else? Maybe it's not that I am ready for love again, but I am ready to love myself that fiercely no matter what. It brings me back to the question I keep circling in my head. Can I be the love of my own life?
That part.
Like, even if there's someone else in it. And I think
that I'm still, like, the person who pours the most into me. Like,
I don't rely on someone else.
To feel, like, that aspect, like, to fill that part of my cup.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was like one of the most beautiful things about this book. Like this book is really like it is traditional like male female like romance, but it is really a book about self love. About
That's
like
what
loving
I love
yourself.
so much
like,
about it.
You know, like we're both single girlies, and
What if you put it on business?
You know, our mans are coming. And maybe husband, if you're out there, you know, send us a DM or two. But one thing that I think both of us are comfortable or have learned to do and are constantly doing is like self dating, like not being afraid to like go out alone, and it not only like when you're going out by yourself, but like choosing to like just sit there, like get dressed up, put on the makeup, put on the cute dress, like go out, have fun, and of course you have that time with your friends, but like also being comfortable sitting with just yourself. Like, are you okay being by yourself?
Alone, not lonely.
Yes.
That's what I was trying to say in the book. I'm not lonely. Okay, next thing.
Mm-hmm. This would actually be perfect if we had commercials.
I know, right?
And now a word from our sponsors.
Just like that. But, y'all, this book. But this is why Judah was the perfect guy in the sense that he was patient. He waited. He understood what our journey was. He respected it.
Yeah.
Until like when she was ready, and I know like the first time they get together was like reactionary from like her going to the prison and seeing the baby. Yes, Edward got the secretary pregnant, and the baby was like everything his mother would have wanted. Blue-eyed blonde, baby boy. And so like, and I think like, Judah is struggling with the fact like, did you just come here because that happened? But also like, he wants this woman. Like he's wanted this woman from the moment like he saw her.
Is this
so?
Hold on. Is this before or after the she shed?
Before. I mean, before
yes,
the
it
she
is
shed.
before. It is before the she shed.
It's like around Christmas or is it New Year's? Because Hendrix is with her mom. Yasmin, I think, and the family went to the mountains, and she didn't know how to have her feelings, and she showed up at his house. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is also like, okay, so of course she did not go over there for, you know, things to.
She kind of did.
I can't remember if she did or not.
She did. Because remember, I heard like what's it? Lupe calls because something happened at home, and she runs up like I have to go, and he's a little bit like feeling a little bit sour like about it because he's drinking his beer like you just come here or whatever, and she's still going back and forth like are you trying to be with me or like is this just like a one-time thing?
And it's like in his moment
undecided.
She chooses herself.
Right, and then she's like, whatever, she leaves and she's like, we'll talk, or something like that. And then I think the next time they hang out, I think she calls him, plays hooky or something. Remember?
Yeah.
It says, come to the she shed. Convinces him to not go to work.
No!
Wait, there's two she shed moments.
There's two.
Yes. Okay, let's go.
Okay, while you find out, I'm going to mix. This last.
I've reached the part where everything happens. So the daughters want Indian. She's like, I gotta go. You know how it is. Yeah, I know. Even I hear the tension in my words, but I keep my gaze on the floor when I feel her eyes on me. And she's like, are you mad? She asks. I would stay if I could. And he's like, is that true? I meet her gaze before it skitters away again because it feels like even if they weren't fighting, even if there wasn't a stain on or pictures or takeout, you would find some reason to run from this. And she's like, no, she bends to retrieve her other boot, sits on the other side of my bed and slips into her barefoot but leaves it at the ankle. She's like, I'm not running, I'm just sticking to what I said one time. And she stops scooting to the other bed, and that's when she opens the nightstand and finds she finds, you're reading all about love. You know that this book introduced me to all about love. I read about that book. She asks, her voice soft, and she's like, yeah, so am I, right? Why do you think I'm reading it? And he tells her he's reading it because she's reading it and she's put it on whatever
social media. That's real.
Okay, so she's like, it gets to her that he's reading because of her. And then she's like, shit. She chants the words muffled against her palms.
And he's like, sweetheart, what's wrong? And she's like, this is not how it's supposed to be. Her voice is well, I'm supposed to be able to like F and go. I'm on a solo journey. It's just the first time since my divorce. It's not supposed to feel like whatever she travels off, she bites others. So you see, she keeps on fighting this thing because she has it in her mind that she's on a solo journey, which is great.
She's committed to this solo
She is
journey and
committed.
finding herself like she is
And that's what's like was frustrating him.
Because he is like, no, I love this woman. He has not admitted it to himself nor her, but he is like in love with her and is like, no, I want a legit relationship with you.
And also the fact that he circled Soledad Hermosa in the book. And then he had, like, he was using it as a bookmark, the pink little slip of paper she had written the groceries on. He still has it. He was using it as a bookmark. And she was like,
so
and then I remember in that moment, he was like, if you didn't think I was a stalker before, she's telling me I'm a stalker now.
Keeping her handwritten grocery list as a bookmark.
And then he was like, am I allowed to ask when we'll see each other again? And she's like, call me. Sounds good. She's like, you really think we're gonna make up for lost time with that huge Costco box? And she's like, get out of my house.
Bought a Costco box of condoms. He said, just in case she swings by.
So yeah. Anyway.
Alright. Where are we? We gotta get our. I know we gotta be adding this sour cream at some point.
Okay.
We usually about now.
So
we got all of our wet ingredients together.
Okay, so add 1/3 of the flour mixture.
1/3.
And mix on low.
Here.
Add 1/2 of the sour cream and beat. Repeat these steps until the flour mixture and ending with the flour mixture. So you repeat it.
Well, I don't know how.
Okay.
So how to measure 1/3. I mean, I'm just gonna mix.
No, I don't know what 1/3 is. I don't know. Add 1/3 of the flour mixture and mix on low. Add 1/2 of the sour cream and beat. Repeat these steps, ending with the flour mixture.
Okay, so how much total sour cream are we doing?
The sour cream is about 1.25 cups.
Can be mine. She's making us over here do math. Got us divided in fractions.
1.25 cups. Okay, let me zest the lemon. While we're doing that. How much zest do we need? Because the zest is coming up. Add the limoncello and the lemon zest. We need zest of 3 lemons?
That's a lot of zest.
That's a lot of zest.
I'm telling you, it's so lemony.
It's gonna be a lot of zest.
But she's also not using like a lemon extract like you would like lazily use. Okay, so
Do you what they need to watch this though?
yeah. So
What?
I'm trying to think how I'm gonna do this.
Just go with whatever's in your gut and pray for the best.
I mean, it should be. Because you're only using that one side, so it shouldn't fill it up. Actually,
It's a cup and a quarter.
a cup and a quarter.
Oh, so do you know what happened? We were like baking our cake, recording this, and
Having a very candid conversation about
the
this
book, and apparently the phone died, and you didn't see. I mean, you'll see the end product of the cake. Right now, they're in the oven. I don't know if you can tell.
They're in there. Oh,
They're in
cute.
there.
We did a couple things with the pan. The recipe called for us to like oil the pan, but we used butter instead because I'm a Southern girly and butter is required. So we did butter in one pan, and then in the other pan we did
We
butter,
did
flour.
but sugar and some zest at the bottom.
Made it all cute.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like washing dishes because we need to have some clean things so we can make the glaze. But in our previous take, where did we leave off?
I think we left off where we were talking about the first time they get together, and he's just not happy or excited about the fact that it was a one-time thing.
Yeah, because she makes it like clear, like this is happening just because, like, one, she decided she was gonna have sex just because like she was ready and she wanted to, and not because like she was looking for a relationship with.
Like, I mean, she was lying to herself, but anyway,
she was definitely was.
I think because like with finding out that like he was reading all about love, he kept all those things. She was like in her head, like,
But how did she find out?
because she saw his nightstand was a little bit open and she picked in. We talked a little bit about that though. I think we'll see when we edit this out. But she was like, I'm supposed to be on my self-love journey. But anyway, we were asking about, wait, I think you had already said what you like about Desire. I think you might have already answered it, but just say it.
I say
This might be a two-parter.
I think that's his intentionality. I know we overlapped on intentionality.
We did, and I like the fact that he was very patient.
Yeah.
And willing to like wait for her when she was ready, whenever she was ready. But just like the fact that it was like, when you are ready, like I would like for that to be me. Like give me a chance. And also the fact like he kept showing up for her even when she didn't know it. From like helping with her little business, the fall. He watched her live all the time.
Yeah.
When they came on, like I'm pretty sure he had alerts on his phone.
Homeboy was a stalker in the best of ways. Like
he had alerts on
like,
his phone.
I know you need distance, but I'm still gonna get to know you from afar.
Yeah, and I think we also talked about the themes of this book, and one of my favorite themes in this book is just friendships, because my favorite quote, there aren't enough sonnets for friendships. Because Yaz and Hen held that down, but it highlighted their friendship and how much they were there for her, but also just like platonic soulmates, which are like Hendrix and Yaz, and how much love they have for their girl. But also, like, it was a romance book, which we spent most of the time, our main character in the book, refinding who she is, right? From the mess that Edward left, but also how Edward stripped parts of herself away and made her like doubt herself, and the fact that she was finding how much she was like a badass woman and loving herself and just like spending time with herself. Like it says when she like reads her mother's journal, when she's questioning things like between alone and lonely, like being okay to just be by myself. Yeah. But also understanding like, even though I'm on this journey of loving myself and fiercely loving me, it doesn't take away from letting someone else in. Like it doesn't lessen who I am. If I have this strong foundation for myself, I can still love and be loved without it stripping away who I am.
Yeah. And I think that's like really important. Like whenever you are single, like whether that is like single before marriage, single after marriage, or after divorce, or whatever, it's like taking time for yourself, like learning what you actually like, learning like the things about you, like getting to know you the same way you would expect for someone to get to know you.
Yeah, and the fact is like Judah's love, or like him being in our life, is a beautiful addition to like the happiness she already has and the love she has for herself. Yeah. And it's not like my world revolves around you, like I cannot be happy if you're not a part of my life. But this is a beautiful addition, and if for some reason you broke my heart, it would suck. I would be heartbroken, but I would not crumble. Like I would not be destroyed. Like I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to be okay. And I think that's what
makes me think about Tisha Campbell's song. I'm still here, here.
I'm just like remembering what do you call it? All the like little memes that I've made out of that. But that's why like
it smells really good. I'm like,
oh, it does. It does. It smells so good. But this book, like, that's just one of the
most beautiful things that came out of this book.
It's beautiful.
And
The book looks amazing. I was traveling and reading, and so it looks like it's been through.
girl, I traveled all the way to Zambia, South Africa with it.
But you know why? Yours looks so beautiful. Wamba actually has the cute little book bow that came with it. And I don't have one. So one of these days I'm gonna buy one.
I need to buy his and the other one.
Oh no, you have like a cute little
set, yeah.
Mhm.
I need to buy the whole set.
I was balling on the budget at the book festival, so I didn't buy hands.
But
Also, another thing, I can't remember if I mentioned this on my first take or if it's actually in this one. Whatever, we'll see. But another thing that I loved about Judah was how he took care of his boys. Like, he was so patient and just like loved his boys. But also, I think he talked about how he was like a planner. Like, we know this guy is a whole forensic accountant, but he is like planning for their future.
And also
like his
for
future,
the boys. Like,
yeah.
he's planning for the boys' future. Like, and also the fact that he was like, anyone who's going to be with me has to also understand that my boys or is Aaron who needed more like help would live with me for the rest of my life.
Package deal.
So, like, I work hard to make this money to save for me and to make sure like my boys are okay.
Yeah.
And it's just like beautiful. Like, he was about his boys. Like, he loved his boys and would do anything for them.
And I think something that like wouldn't have been with someone who wasn't like a top tier parent.
No,
Because Amber was like absent, barely there, like not really like doing all the things.
and she was all about her girls and making sure they were okay, and she would do anything for her girls.
And she really needed somebody who was gonna like match her energy, parenting style wise.
And also, I like the fact that she's girls and she has 3 girls.
Yes.
And like she commented about how she liked their relationship because it reminded her of her relationship with her sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Which was really sweet. That was another theme because, like, the sister love.
Oh yeah.
Was it the Boricua Council? Is that what they call themselves?
They got together and like went and cleaned out their parents' attic, which is how she ended up finding her mom's journals.
A lot of stuff from my mom's, yeah. Waiting to Excel is mentioned. Remember how we were talking earlier? If you thought, I don't know if we captured it.
Okay, so anyways, earlier, I'm going to repeat myself, but anyways, we were talking about how whenever I was reading the book the first time, the opening scene in this book reminded me so much of Waiting to Excel.
We watched
Waiting to Excel last night. But the scene between Bernadine and John, Angela Bassett's character and her husband, and how they're getting ready to go out to like this like company party, like black tie event.
He's being mean.
He's being mean and just like low down. And the opening scene is a similar situation. Soledad and Edward are getting dressed, and
he's trying to make her wear some other outfits, and she ends up wearing what she wanted.
He wanted her to wear like some plain gold dress, and she's like, "No, I want to. What's it? Red or something like that." I can't remember.
I can't remember if she ended up wearing the red or the gold. I don't know.
Whatever. She ended up wearing what she wanted to wear, which was like a little bit more like figure flattering, like cutesy, like grown sexy situation. And he was not for it. He wanted her to look plain Jane because he needed to like impress his boss or whatever. But that scene really reminded me of Waiting to Excel, and then so did the whole machete situation.
Oh, when she finds out about chlamydia, and she takes a machete to his shed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it like remember when she's sitting. I think she's with Hen and her sister. I don't know where, but it says I don't look up even when I feel the stairs, but flip through a tattered copy of Waiting to Excel. So she
it's
Waiting
amazing.
to Excel on her mind.
Oh my gosh.
She had Waiting to Excel on her mind.
That makes me so happy because it is like such a staple. But also like you get like this book kind of like now that I'm thinking about it, really does kind of tie in closely or like gives you feels of Waiting to Excel, like the closeness of the friend group.
Without all the friends going through that crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, we're not like, he's a good man, Savannah.
That's a good man, Savannah.
It's just a good man.
It's just in a bad situation.
No,
That he's trying to get out of. No,
but we were also talking earlier before we got cut off about how we liked Judah's mom's relationship with Tremaine, but also like with Judah, with the
Mhm.
boys and how they were so supportive, and also how the father was like retired making Soledad's recipes
And didn't
he
even know
that his son was like, this is the woman that he liked. But we also talked about how I was saying like I liked how Kennedy highlighted and also like put in that scene when Tremaine first like sees Soledad when they're at the school when they go for like the career day, and she's like, I have to wonder, like she kind of says like she's so the opposite of me, like physical appearances,
Like
and
she's
she's
short,
just like she's like I don't know what that says about me because like she's like because Tremaine's tall, dark skinned, and then Soledad is like short, petite, curvy, obviously like light skinned, and so like even Judah like answering like you don't like he said something like you're actually very much alike than you think,
and just like his way of like being still super kind and super sweet, and also just like it reinforced how much he actually loved Tremaine, like on just like a platonic way, like I love and respect you as the mother of my children, as my friend, and you know, but he's like no, like where it actually matters, y'all are more alike than you are different. And it was just like such a sweet little ooey gooey, like, oh my gosh, isn't he magical?
The cool mom.
This was such a good book. Like, I'm sorry, Kennedy Ryan can do no wrong. And I think I don't know which book she was talking about. It may be, I'm not going to say this. I'm going to wait for the third book to say what I need to say. This cake smells good, y'all.
She said, found it. She said, should I be insulted that she's my opposite in every way? Tremaine asked, despite the amused glint in her eye. I rushed to disagree. What? No, I say. She's actually a lot like you. And then Tremaine's like, light-skinned, hair all down her back, and not as big as a minute. Tremaine asked, but her eyes tell that she's teasing. Seems pretty much opposite to me. You're both fantastic mothers. You're both smarter than me in the ways that actually count. She's diligent and innovative and resilient and determined and compassionate. I touch her shoulder, looking into her eyes to show my sincerity. You're both such good people. I'm happy for you, honestly. Kent and I, Kent, that's our husband, had almost given up hope that you'd find anyone. Thanks.
That's so cute.
That's so cute. But we're also talking about how, like, when the families meet for the first time, Kent and Tremaine also come.
Yes.
And how, like, I think Margaret was his mom. I can't remember for sure the name, but then Margaret, like, helps her cook, like, gives her instruction over the phone.
For how to make
the mac and cheese that the boys love.
Because that's, like, the only thing that they eat, really.
Yeah, so that's just so sweet, but it all comes together. But anyway, I don't know. It's so annoying that it cut off.
I know.
But it is.
Because y'all missed a really good conversation. We're just yapping away.
We're just yapping around about this book, but. And also, we were talking. Oh, there's one thing that I added, like, how Kennedy always says that, yes, you're right, like, they'll always be happy to read after in her books, but also, like, add social commentary to her books. Like, you learn something. We were at the Black Romance Book Festival, and I attended Kennedy Ryan's like keynote, and there was a grandmother there who was talking about how reading this book in like the Q&A session, she was like, I don't have a question, I just want to add or say thank you, because she was like, reading this book helped me understand what my daughter was going through with her son, who is autistic, and I'm just like, that was just so beautiful, like, to hear, but such,
I like that she does that. Like, you get, like, more serious topics like autism in this book. You get really cool insight into, like, the film industry in real.
I know, yeah. And the fact that, even, like, how she's talked about real, like, you would think she worked there, but I like the fact that she takes the time to investigate the thing. Like, she watched master classes on directing, right? And obviously, like, interviewing people, but you learn something, or, like, brings a focus to like issues, even like
Her lupus.
lupus in real in the Hoop series, like domestic violence, and just like how it's not easy because like looking from the outside, you're just like, why don't people just leave?
So
There's
much
always
easier said than done.
yeah, so much easier said than done. Like even what other books have we read? So many books.
And she also has like things of like loss in various ways.
Like
don't get into
before I
details.
let go, therapy. We talked about it a
Yeah.
lot. I mean, which you'll hear in the episode, but like the way therapy was highlighted in Before I Let Go. That's why that book is always gonna be gay.
And then also like navigating like loss in the Grip series.
Oh yeah, the Grief series, like yeah.
We won't get into any details. Like we'll talk about that book another day. But
Yes. But yeah, I think that's why like this could be us. Like we kept on saying, they aren't enough sonnets for friendship. Like it was a romance book that was so different in how it was approached, because for most of the book, the main character is dating herself, loving herself, rediscovering herself.
and you're just getting little snippets of interactions between her and Judah. There's no like, you don't get all this like back and forth cuteness of this like
But
dating.
it was like the year that was just beautiful because
Yeah.
we like also we just liked the Judah was like waiting
Literally,
and determined,
patiently, just like sitting back like,
patiently waiting.
girl, whenever you're ready, I'm here.
And also how like he was even protecting her before they even got together, because
Yes.
with the Edward situation, he went out of his way, probably could have gotten fired, because he went to talk to her and say, ma'am, you need to protect you and your kids,
yeah,
and I can help you do that. Like,
yeah.
and because it was like, nobody's protecting her, the company's not going to protect her.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
even in the
themselves.
meetings, he was defending her because
Yeah.
you heard someone started teasing him, like, do you like Soledad?
Yeah.
But he was like trying to make sure like she was protected, and he'd only like met her once.
But also just like looking out for her in like all these little ways of like make like throwing her name into the ring for like the annual
The
Christmas dinner.
catering.
Buying the focaccia when she like was selling the
When
focaccia, like, the
Josiah
baskets.
went to the barbershop and he was like, can I hand this up? He took a flyer.
But like this man like was showing up for ways that like she didn't even realize that he was showing up for her, and that was the beautiful part. It just like really showed his true character and like the amount of integrity that he actually had. Like she may not know that I'm like in the back corners like rooting for her, watching
But also,
every single
like-
live, but like
And I think it also maybe was very healing for her, like how she was being pursued, because I think
yes,
Edward also like really worked on her like insecurities and stuff like
that
that,
man was
because
like strategic and like tearing her down,
and
and,
tearing her
like, getting
down
into her mind, and
Because I
like
think like she's not that girl, like she is that girl, like
yeah.
because like all that stuff, like maybe you need to lose the baby weight. I'm just like, excuse
What
me,
baby weight?
Wait, like she had a child how long ago? Like
Who knows?
Lolly is 9 or something. I don't know.
But even if she still had the baby weight from like you better learn to love it.
But also, like, making her just feel like she's not this gorgeous woman, like, you didn't even deserve her.
It's the mother of your children. Like she's over here raising your children, shuffling them around.
But also then having a complex when Judah, like, shows her attention.
Yeah.
And then now you're gonna be like, okay,
Okay,
when
fly
you're
over.
busy, like, out here sleeping with your secretary. That man. Anyway, we're not gonna leave this discussion on that
On
note.
Edward trashiness.
Yeah, but we're gonna come back in a second to show you the
Finished product.
Finished
and
product,
we're gonna
okay.
make this glaze. It's gonna go on top.
Yeah.
This delicious limoncello pound cake.
While we're doing that, I'm gonna go find the Aren't Enough Sonnets for Friendship quote. I think it's in.
Do you want to stop it
What?
so that it's not like a big long?
Oh, I'll stop. Let me just like read this part, and then we will pause. Wait, did you? No, it happens in the first part.
I need water.
Alright, and then whatever, like a second. It's crazy how, like, I remember which chapters.
Girl, I don't know. This sweet baby has the brain of an elephant in the best of ways. She remembers all those small details.
Oh gosh. I turned up the little
You
thing.
need to rotate them.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's definitely done. Okay, so
Wow.
cute little cakes.
I mean, we used like not the traditional pan that the recipe called for,
like a
but
bun pan. Oh, we're about to drip some.
oh,
Icing.
yeah. But look,
They're cute.
you're gonna taste. I didn't even dress. Pulling up yet. Taste.
Probably not.
Oh, that is lemony.
Really? The icing?
The icing is lemony.
In a good way, though. It's not.
It is lemony. You know me, I like lemon. I put lemon in anything. I mean, not anything, but I love lemon. When can we taste them? I have made you a lemon girl.
Italy made me a lemon girl.
Lemon girl. And because you hated anything lemony in your
Please do not give
cakes.
me any. Well, yeah, I just didn't like lemon in sweet things. I was like, lemon does not belong in.
It does more than
My mom
I
will be
hate peanut
making a
butter
cheesecake.
and chocolate
We do.
combination. No.
My mom will make cheesecake and she's gonna add like some lemon extract in there. She's gonna make a pound cake and she's gonna, even as a vanilla pound cake, she's gonna add some lemon.
Yes, I love some
Man.
yes, lemon in a cake.
She's like, it creates some balance. Just add some lemon.
Now you know.
All right, let's cut into these things.
Now you know.
Which one are you cutting?
We can try that one because it's on solid ground.
Just people.
You know, it makes me nervous whenever you're on the stove. Like, I just feel like it's gonna be. I want to get a knife. You have like a. Let me try that one.
It's here. We want more.
How much? It's over. Does it feel light? Oh my god. Yeah. Maybe I want the inside one. Ooh, look at that bounce. Wait, I want to show the camera like I want to do. Wait, here's another one. Yeah. And Byrd's limoncello pound cake.
Limoncello pound cake.
Let's see.
See, I don't mind the crunchy edges.
You going?
No.
Is it good?
Oh, y'all.
We see why Deja liked this cake.
Mm-hmm.
It is so good.
It is.
Oh my gosh.
And as someone who's not like a overwhelming lemon lover, this is really good.
So good.
And it's still warm.
And it's so nice and warm. Oh my gosh.
This is good. We did good, Mama.
Mm-hmm. This recipe is at the back of Kennedy Ryan's belt.
We need to try some more. Mmm. I think I got like a little pow of lemon in that little bite.
That's some zest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so warm.
So good. It's perfect.
Yeah. I'm going to like highlight the book. Hold on. I know we're talking about this could be asked, but Byrd's.
If for no other reason, go get the book so you can make this cake. It's so good. Byrd's limoncello pound cake,
So good.
aka Deja's birthday cake. Get you one of these.
Get you one of these.
It ain't
I'm
chicken
just
salad.
saying. Get you one of these.
Chicken salad. The chicken salad.
Oh my gosh.
Girl. Oh my goodness. Oh mama. The little, what did we have yesterday? The limoncello cocktail?
It was a rosemary
Rosemary limoncello?
limoncello, yeah. It's very limoncello.
Mhm.
I had the spritz. Like I had the prosecco.
I had mine with rum because I don't do bubbles. It's against the law over here.
Girl, you don't know what you're missing.
And the bartender was like, "No bubbles."
She does not like sparkles, bubbles. What did you say?
I think
Sparkling.
I said. But it's weird because I'll do a carbonated drink, but anything alcoholic should not have bubbles. Why? Why are you being disrespectful?
This recipe, thank you for sharing it with us,
Thank
Kennedy
you.
Ryan.
This is delicious. Oh my god, here you go.
I'm not good. I'm gonna get
And the fact that it's still warm.
It is warm. I recommend.
And I normally am like,
I know you told us to let it cool, but
let it cool. And I am like, pound cakes are best dessert. I mean, are best served the second day. Like, don't eat them the first day they're made. They have something like the flavor actually settles in.
Maybe we'll wait for tomorrow, but I love it warm.
I'm gonna have a slice for breakfast.
Of course, I'm eating this for breakfast, but I'm gonna take another little slice. I mean, we have a
But that says a lot, y'all, because this girl right here does not like sweets like that. So this is not for show. She's not eating a second slice for the sake of the camera.
It's like disintegrate. I know we're supposed to let it cool. We'll let the other one cool, but y'all, I'm gonna go sit down and enjoy this. But yo, thanks for coming to our cooking show, the podcast
Episode of This Could Be Us.
Season
Season 2 is gonna be fun, y'all.
We're cooking. Maybe we'll take it outside.
Maybe.
Like,
Darren has time this time. I'm actually out of school. Hopefully I can finish this. Can't get enough before I leave. I'm gonna record the next episode.
I'm taking it outside. Okay, bye y'all.
Bye.
See you for Can't Get Enough.